Hello and welcome back to the Colorado Rockies franchise, where today, starting off, we'll be taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks in a 3-game series. Corbin Martin will get the start for the Diamondbacks, being his MLB debut, taking on the veteran Felix Hernandez, who the Rockies' newly acquired guy. He's going to be number 5 in their rotation, and he's getting his first start on the season. He was not too good in 2019. That was not last year's stats. As he's going to start off by getting Tim LaCastro here, trying to check his swing for the first out of the game. Ground ball here to the right side. Brendan Rodgers makes a nice play. 2 away here quickly in the first as Ketel Marte is up. Marte would line it to right field as Blackmon misplays the ball. It would roll all the way to the wall. And Raimel Tapia would get it in, holding him to a double, luckily. David Peralta then would crush this to the left center gap. He'll keep carrying and just miss out on a home run, but he gets a ground roll double, giving the Diamondbacks a 1-0 lead here early. Luckily, Felix would get a ground ball, though, to end any more potential damage. Blackmon with 2 away here in the bottom of the first would drive one to left field, getting his own double, not ground roll double, but his own double. As the Rockies threaten, C.J. Cron get underneath of it, though, and strand Blackmon on second, as the Diamondbacks keep their 1-0 lead through 1. Cole Calhoun now up at the plate, crushes one. Felix Hernandez not off to the greatest start, getting up a bunch of hard contact as this is another ground rule double. Escobar up in a 1-2 count, grounds up the middle as Rodgers retires him. Got 1 away. Carson Kelly up at the plate, but Felix wild here. Lucky he gets a good bounce. Somehow run doesn't score, but it's going to score on the next pitch anyway, as Kelly gets an RBI single up the middle. Struble Cabrera up now as they do a hit and run, the Diamondbacks that is. Staying out of a double play chance there, and pitching coach will have to come out now. Felix is getting a little wild and worked up, needs to calm down and bear down and get out of this. And what happens next? A little bloop single right in front of Raimel Tapia, so bases loaded for Nick Ahmed, who strikes out at the changeup. Felix trying to get out of this insane bases loaded chance here for the Diamondbacks, and he does just that, getting a ground ball to Ryan McMahon, keeping the Diamondbacks to just 2 runs so far. Fuentes would start off the bottom of the second, 1 away in the bottom of the second walk, and 2 are on now as Hilliard walks. Brendan Rodgers in a 3-2 count would line it to right field and get a base hit. They would not send the runner, though, loading the bases with 1 out here for Dom Nunez, the number 9 hitter, who grounds into a 5-4-3 double play, killing any chance at a run here. As now we jump ahead to the top of the third with 1 away. And this ball is hit to the right center gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall pretty much. Getting barely cut off in front of it. Tapia holds him to a double again. Cole Calhoun would ground it past Trevor Story. Hilliard would cut it off, but he'd throw it to second base, and the runner would just keep on going and go score on the play. I don't think Hilliard thought that Walker there was going to round third and go home, but Diamondbacks get another run up 3-0 now, as there's a base hit to left, putting 2 on, 1 out, but Felix trying to bear down here, gets a strikeout here. Cabrera up, grounds it to the right side as Felix avoids any more damage again. Still getting up a lot of base runners. Trevor Story grounds it to the right side, getting a base hit as it slowly rolls past the second baseman. And he steals second base here, getting a runner in scoring position for Blackmon, who would ground it up the middle for the second out. C.J. Cronin a full count, strikes out at the 94-mile-an-hour fastball there, as the Diamondbacks keep their 3-0 lead. Felix still out here on the mound. Would give up a monster shot here from Nick Ahmed. It would just carry all the way out of here, giving the Diamondbacks a 5-0 lead now. Felix just trying to eat a couple, outs here. Don't want to destroy the bullpen for the whole series, but kind of looks like that's going to end up happening as Peralta rolls a slow roller, just like Trevor Story from earlier, past the diving Brendan Rodgers, but Christian Walker crushes this one. 3-run shot here. Diamondbacks take an 8-0 lead. Felix can't do anything in this game, and that would be all for him as Yency Almonte would enter here. Top of the fourth, but it doesn't matter who the pitcher is, apparently. The Diamondbacks hit another home run. Back-to-back home runs here. 9-0 now. Jump ahead to the bottom of the fifth. Brendan Rodgers would bloop one into center field here, hoping to at least get maybe a run on the board. Maybe start a comeback, but at least you got to keep producing and getting some runs. Get ready for the rest of this series as the Diamondbacks yank their starter here, yank the rookie, go to Caleb Smith in just the 5th inning. So no win chance here. I don't know about doing that because you have a 9-0 lead. I get it, modern baseball, but move works out for him, I guess. Good ground ball, get 1 out, and get a fly out here as they avoid any damage through 6, keeping their 9-0 lead. Jump ahead to the bottom of the 8th. Garrett Hampson would get a leadoff walk. Ryan McMahon now, the 1 away, would drive it here to left center, and looks like the Rockies will get a pity run on the board, avoiding the shutout at the very least. And that would be all. As they lose 10-1, the Arizona Diamondbacks tack on a run in the 9th. And just not a good game from Felix. Can't fall down that far that quickly. 13 hits allowed, 8 earned runs. 3 strikeouts, not his best game, and the Diamondbacks actually take 2 of 3 from us here in this series. We're going to actually go watch a minor league game here after we check out the box scores for games 2 and 3 of this series. Going to go to our AAA affiliate, the Albuquerque Isotopes. Check out the created stadium I made for them. I recreated their actual one, Rio Grande Credit Union Field. And look at here, Marquez did not have a good start against the Diamondbacks. Gave up 7 earned. Our pitching is just really letting us down, it seems, here to start the season. Hitting's not doing great either. I mean, at least we salvaged a game again. Always win the last game of the series, I guess, but not going to do it. Keep looking at the stats. John Gray giving up 4 earned. He pitched better, at least in his first outing. His first outing was terrible. Bullpen was pretty good in that game. Yeah, Derek Rodriguez is actually going to take the mound against Scott Kazmir in this one. Well, here we are. We have AAA baseball for the first time since 2019. Derek Rodriguez on the mound facing one of his old clubs. He came from the Giants organization, and this is the Giants minor league team. Steven Duggar's going to line it to the second baseman. 2 away quickly here. Chadwick Tromp, though, lines it to the right center gap over the head of Caleb Sturgeon. And he's going to play it funky, allowing a triple on the play. Don't know what exactly. I guess he is not used to the ballpark. It is a weird ballpark, as you can see it has that weird right center gap. Bosler, after the Boer walk, is going to bloop it in here for an RBI single, giving the Rivercats a 1-0 lead early. Davis going to hit a double here, hoping to drive in multiple runs, but only going to get 1 RBI in the play as Zagunis plays it well off the wall. And Joey Bart would strike out, ending the threat. Zine is going to answer here, though, with a solo home run, chipping in that lead, making it 2-1. Matt Adams up at the plate. It's going to actually go back-to-back, making this a tie game, all tied back up. This one was absolutely mashed. We're going to see on this slow-mo show vision replay. It went 487 feet. Monster home run for the hopeful major league guy here. He wants to come back after playing poorly a couple years ago and falling out of favor with the Cardinals organization. Wants to get back. Greg Bird, another guy like that. He's going to ground it the middle as we have 2 on now with 2 away. Still in the first. Zagunis going to ground it past the diving second baseman. Right fielder's going to attempt to throw the runner out going home, and the throw is offline. The Albuquerque Isotopes actually get the lead right back after going down 2-0, but that would be all they get. Will Wilson now here in the top of the second leading off would drive it to the right field, down the right field line. It would roll all the way to the wall. Zagunis plays it pretty well again, though, getting in quickly. Peter Maris would walk. And Lamont Wade would walk, loading the bases here for Duggar. Duggar is actually going to fly it down the left field line. It's going to head to foul territory. Golden makes a heck of a play, though, doing a barrel roll, getting it in quickly, but it's a sac fly there. Chadwick Tromp now in a full count. Going to get under this, hoping to get a sac fly. Mark Zagunis, they're going to test his arm, and he would be actually gunned out at the plate here, the runner from third. Keeping this a tie game, all at 3. Sturgeon going to hit a solo home run, the 3rd solo home run of the game for the Isotopes. This one was mashed, actually 473 feet off the bat. Similar place, a little more towards center field here from Sturgeon, as that was what we didn't think he would have the power. That was the one thing we thought he was lacking, but he showed it there. Justin Bohr is going to tie it right back up again. Home run to dead center field. Joey Bart now striking out again. Tie at 4 here in the top of the 4th. Will Wilson going to fly it to right center field. Gets under it, and it would actually get down in one hop right over that wall for a ground rule double. They would walk Maris again. The walk in the 9-hitter twice. That's not a recipe for success. Walking Wade. That would be all for Rodriguez. The Isotopes calling Chris Russin, the former major leaguer. He's been a major leaguer a couple different times with the Rockies. And he would not get the job done here. Duggar would get his second chance with the bases loaded and hit a grand slam over the center field wall there, giving them a 8-4 lead. Justin Bohr now, after the walk, would ground it past the first baseman. They were playing double play depth. Went right past him. Jalen Davis lines it to center field here. Sturgeon would allow a runner to score on the play, making it 9-4. But luckily, they would only allow the one run there off extra. That grand slam gets as Chris Russin gets out of it. They would call on Julian Fernandez later in the game here. You got to look out for this guy. He has some major league potential. He can throw a 101-mile-an-hour fastball, but not showing that here. He does throw 100 miles an hour, but not showing his best stuff. Gives up a solo homer on the opposite field. And look at that slider, though. 91 in on the hands to Justin Bohr as he gets out of the 5th. Moving ahead here to the bottom of the 6th. Greg Bird's going to get underneath the one. And this one just felt like it had the longest carry time. Just stayed up in the air. Gets over the wall, though, for a ground rule double. Zagunis going to bloop it over the third baseman's head for a base hit. Runner does not advance. Brett Boswell grounds it. No, lines it up the middle. Thought that hit off the mound, but it did not. And he would actually get an RBI out of this. The throw was offline, making it 10-5. Max McDowell wants to join in, driving it down the right field line for a double. The runner's right on the heels of the other, and that would just be a 1 RBI double, making this 10-6. Cole Sturgeon's going to line it to right field, driving in 1, making it 10-7. Connor Joe, though, grounds into the double play after the River Cats make the pitching change, and the Albuquerque Isotopes only have a 2-run deficit after all this. Justin Lawrence into the game. He's been in the game for a couple innings. You can see he's up to 60 pitches, but he's given up a run here on the RBI triple. Now he's trying to get out of this, and he does just that, striking out his 6th hitter of the game there. He was pretty good out of the pen, making this manageable. Nice play by Zine here as he comes in on the bunt, barehands it, and fires it to first there. Now, the Albuquerque Isotopes, down to their last hope, would not get it done. That would be all for them. They would lose 11-8. We saw some promise there. A couple guys playing well, some good hitting. Pitching needs to be better. And I guess we're going to move on to this Giants series, so we'll see you for that quickly. The Rockies, who are 2-5 on the season, desperately need a series win. They have not hit well. They have not pitched well. They lost the first series, which is 4 games to the Dodgers. They lost the second series, which is 3 games to the Diamondbacks. They're able to win the last game of each of those, but they need to win more than just that. And they're taking on Alex Wood here as he gets the first out. And this is the Rockies lineup for game number 1. They got Raimel Tapia, Trevor Story, Charlie Blackmon DHing today, C.J. Cron at first, Elias Diaz, Chris Owings, Jonathan Dodds, Ryan McMahon, followed by Garrett Hampson. He is rounding things out in the number 9 spot. Blackmon going to ground it up the middle here, slowly rolling enough, and Donovan Solano cannot get him out at first as Blackmon legs it out. And that sadly does not lead to anything for the Rockies as Cron gets under it, flying out to end the top of the first. Austin Gomber, the starting pitcher for the Rockies, he was acquired in the Nolan Arenado trade. He's about a leadoff base hit here. Daza plays it nicely, though, getting it in quickly. And Gomber would settle down, getting a strikeout, getting a ground ball that Cron knocks down, keeping on the infield and getting it out of the play. Pretty impressive. And Yastrzemski here going to ground it to Rogers. Gomber getting out of the first there, not allowing anything after a leadoff single. Diaz here in the top of the second going to get a base hit to center field, hoping to start things. Would then get Chris Owings to ground to Brandon Belt on a check swing. But Diaz was running. They were doing a hit and run there. Gets a second. And he advances to third on the base hit here, but good throw is going to keep him at third. McMahon, with runners at first, third, strikes out swinging at the fastball there. Garrett Hampson needs to do something. He grounds to Longoria, who throws him out at first. Hampson, a good runner, not able to beat that one out. Jump ahead to the top of the 4th. Line drive there, right at the center fielder, as we're in a pitcher's duel here early. But Diaz getting a walk, getting on for the second time today. Daza, check swing, cannot hold back, strikes out. Now we're in the bottom of the fourth. Gomber pitching well, gets a ground ball up the middle of the Story, who retires him. Gomber facing Longoria. 1-2 count. Gets him swinging on a nasty knuckle curve. Pitcher's duel continuing here into the fifth, bottom of the fifth. Posey's going to get a hold of one and crack this one. Dead center field, just missing out on a home run there. Keeping it tied. Still at 0. Gomber strikes out Dubon there. And we are now in the top of the sixth. Charlie Blackmon's going to get a walk with one out here, and that would end Alex Wood's day as they Giants go to the pen here. Logan Webb called upon. Pretty early season with those stats, as you can tell. CJ Cron's going to ground it to the first, or past the first baseman, and Blackmon would go first to third. With one out, Diaz is going to bloop it here in front of the right fielder. Blackmon, though, had to hold up, but he still decides to go, which is a poor decision, and gets thrown out at the plate on a close play. Probably should have just stayed at third there. Now with 2 away, Owings would pop out in the infield and end the top of the sixth. The Rockies can't get it done there, stranding a bunch of base runners. And now Gomber walking the leadoff hitter, Brandon Belt, who's in the number 9 spot. And get out of it, or get out of that, though, quickly, turning a double play. And Slater, at a 2-2 count, would strike out in the fastball as Gomber pitched very well today. That would be all for him, though, as you'll see. Did not want to go too far with this pitch count. Hopefully the Rockies can get a run here and give them a chance to get a win. And there's a strikeout there on McMahon, but Daza, after walking, steals a base, getting in scoring position. And Garrett Hampson swings and misses at the fastball, striking out. Tapia needs to do something here. He gets a little pop-up on the infield again. And Estevez would be called upon here in the bottom of the seventh, hoping to keep this game tied at 0. Donovan Solano going to ground it to Trevor Story. Estevez has a good start to the inning. Can he continue, though? As Mike Yastrzemski up in a 3-2 count, gets under it. $97 fastball. Looks like Daz is going to try to play this one off the wall, but it actually gets out of here. That barely gets out of here, as you're going to see on the replay. Look at this. 98-mile-an-hour extra velocity. This is probably not a home run very often with that launch angle. Barely gets out of here. 358 feet, giving the Giants a 1-0 lead. Wilmer Flores would fly out to end the bottom of the seventh. We head to the top of the eighth. Charlie Blackmon's going to get a 1-out walk here against Reyes here. And Cron's going to strike out, and Blackmon's going to get caught stealing. A strike him out, throw him out, ends that half of the inning. Head to the bottom of the eighth now. Oliver Perez hoping to keep things just to a 1-run deficit. And there would be a base hit here with 1 away and a full count, leading to Brandon Belt, who would walk on a close pitch. Perez does not get the call. Alex Dickerson would make him pay, hitting a 3-run homer here. Pretty much signal that this game is over, as the Rockies cannot, they can't hit, just can't pitch well. They were pitching well this game, but at the top of the ninth, maybe we get lucky here. Now Diaz get a ground to the shortstop, put 1 away. We're going to hop ahead here to 2 away. Daz is going to ground it to Longoria to end things. Giants going to hold their 4-0 win here. Rockies can only muster 6 hits. Giants had a couple of home runs, and that was it. Gomber pitched really well. Diaz with a couple hits and a walk. Good for him. Maybe earning a little bit more playing time. That's just tough luck, though, for Austin Gomber. He pitched great. And actually, in game number 2 of this 3-game series, Chichi Gonzalez gets hurt. He says he's going to be out a day or two, but we're actually going to DL or IL him. And we're going to add Edison Volquez here and call him up to the majors and put him in at the long relief spot. We would actually lose game 2 here. This is game 2 of the series. 7-1. Senzatella would not pitch great. 6 earned runs in 3 innings. Starting pitching back to being terrible. Hitting only produces 1 run. Here's game number 3, as we managed to win the last game of a series for the 3rd straight time, winning 6-2. As Felix Hernandez has a great bounce back start and goes 8 in the 3rd innings. Had 6 walks though. We gotta keep that down. So lose 2 series here in a row. We're going to be taking on the Dodgers and Mets next time. So I guess I'll see you then. See you next time.